Okay, so I don't know, can somebody just pump so that we see at least it does have water, and then let's hear more about this well. Okay, can she pump a little bit? Okay, so we have some water. Okay, so so George, can you tell us a little bit about the status here? Okay, so you're saying it's not a complete installation right now. Yes. So what is the status here?
Okay. First and foremost, this was our most troublesome borehole, and this was the first borehole that we started off with, and it took us slightly over a month to be able to finish it. We encountered a huge amount of collapsible sand at the base of this borehole, which made the drilling so difficult. So we finally, using different techniques, we were able to finish drilling the borehole, and we cased the borehole. We finally put in a pump. The reason why we did not complete the installation on this borehole is because when we put in a pump and our technicians tried pumping out the water, it could not sustain for a long time. Considering that it's a borehole for the school and the community, the amount of water that they were able to test from this borehole at that time, according to their opinion, it could not sustain. So we are thinking what else to do to be able to, in consultation with the sponsor, to be able to look at how else we can be able to provide a sustaining borehole for this particular school. As you see now, we are able to pump out some water. For how long, I don't know. If only we can be able to then perhaps come back and evaluate, look at what is the water rest level, try and pump it out again continuously for quite some time, then we can be able to now make a final conclusion on this particular borehole and see whether whatever little is available can sustain the school but not the community, or we come back and resurvey the school and look at a different location where we can be able to drill a successful borehole, assuming we're not going to hit the same problem we hit here.
Okay, but so when you're saying it cannot sustain right now, do we have any indication how much water can be pumped from here at this point?
When we tested, we were able to pump around 400 liters per hour. Okay. Compared to the other bowls we've done, we cannot rate it really as a very successful borehole.
So 400 liters per hour, and how much does the school need?
Per day, they use over 100 liters.
So in a day you need about 100 liters. Okay.
That is when children are not really incorporated. But with children, they consume a lot.
So
a lot. Like the 10,000 liters there, when it is raining, and then the rain stops. They don't go with it even 2 weeks.
Okay, so 10,000 liters, you would say the children...
600 children.
600 children. Okay, so in your estimate, Okay, so when you're saying 400 liters per hour, do you think it can sustain the school's needs?
The school alone.
School alone. Let's now leave the community. The school alone.
Yeah, the school alone it can.
So school alone, this is
Yes.
this okay? So are you then able to complete the pump installation, Mr. Chairman? So because I think at this point we need to understand, do we complete the pump installation? Do we leave it as it is with the water yield that it has right now, considering that it probably is sufficient to for the school use alone without giving any of the water to the community? Do you feel that is a result that you'd be okay, I can't maybe say happy with, but is it satisfactory?
If the engineer can assure us that the water level will be able to sustain the school as a community, the school and when I talk of the school, that is the children and the teachers.
Yes.
Then we don't have a problem.
Okay.
Our concern is if it is not going to serve the school, then the parents would be on us that we brought in a project that is not helping their children.
Okay. So George, what is your?
Okay, my next step of action will be that we come back, we evaluate the borehole. We'll come in with a motorized pump, a smaller motorized pump, unlike the one we used, which was a bit bigger for drawing the borehole. Then we pump the hole and see how long it will be able to pump and what amount of water in terms of volume we'll be able to extract over a given period of time before we finally say that yes, we can do the complete installation of a hand pump, and yes, it can sustain. What I understand presently is that there's been a bit of prolonged drought, and in fact I'm told a lot of wells around here have gone dry, including wells that for a long time had never experienced dry seasons. That's what I'm told.
Chairman,
So
is that?
Yeah.
So if we have water here, that's a good sign for me. So all we need to do is to come back, pull out, remove the pump, the hand pump, measure the water level, which is something we can do today, right? Then once we do that, we can then come back with a smaller pump, secure the borehole, come back with a smaller pump, and then pump out the water over a given period of time to be able to confirm whether it is sustainable or not.
Any particular timeline for that?
That will be January. But this we can remove today and measure the water level as it is, and just look at where is the water level now vis-a-vis when we're doing the test. Has it dropped or has it sustained?
I see. And when did you do the test?
3 months ago. That was around August, right?
Yeah, when they come.
No. When we left the site, it was around August.
August? July, I think.
July. Okay. Anyhow,
And when was the test pumping done here? Did they do
July.
the same time?
No, when this was.
No, when this was installed was in
somewhere in
October.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but it's not been completely installed, so the handle has not been on it. Have you?
No, the installation is complete. What was only removed was the handle.
Okay. Have you used it before?
No,
Okay.
never tried it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the reason that you removed the handle is?
They didn't want to fasten it and leave it here because you can see it is something which can be removed easily.
Yeah, by anyone.
So it was for security
Yeah.
purpose
Yeah.
because we were not yet going to use the water. So we had to keep it.
Okay. Okay. So, but what will be the security? Because I mean, once.
So far now you can realize security is here. If all this can fall and people are around to eat them, it
Yeah,
means
what-
there is a day watchman that stays around, and that makes it secure. And this is why we even made sure we have one to be here daytime.
Okay.
We were fearing for this
Okay.
specifically
Okay.
because we knew somebody can come and do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So security, we want to guarantee that that one will take care of,
Okay.
and we are already taking care of.
Okay. So, when can the handle be left on? When
I
are you?
have said that we will only be able to complete the installation once we reevaluate the borehole.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
as
that's
I said,
January.
yes.
And that is when the handle will be left on.
Yes, and what we do is, as you'll see in on another site, is when we do our final installation, we weld on the bolts.
Okay.
Okay, we weld on the bolts, we weld on the body and the pump, we weld on the bolts at the base, so no one can actually be able to remove them. If you want to remove them, you have to come with a special equipment to cut it.
Okay.
And by the time you do that, you would have been caught up with.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So then January.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I think let it be early January so that
Yeah,
that is a moment you can now realize it's a dry season. Most boreholes are dry. Even how we can start off is a big problem.
Okay.
We really need water.
And when are you
Because
opening?
even where we are now going to look for water to buy and bring in, most of the boreholes are dry.
When-
We are opening on 4th.
On 4th.
Level ya maji
Okay. Okay.
na msekiwa borehole vizuri.
Fine. All right. Anything else from the chairman? But I think really it will be once the work is complete in January that we can see the status. But well, I mean, okay, we know there is water. So you said today we can measure the.
Yes.
So that means that are we doing it now, or are we finishing the other side's coming back?
Come here.
Okay. Okay. Fine. All right.